here. We're trying to find number 45 and see if he's actually going to dress for the ball game or not. I think that's a couple keys there. Talking to Coach Boblett on the phone today, he indicated his big concern was the giveaway takeaway game. Right now, they're in their statistics at least, they're the worst as far as turning the ball over and taking the ball away from their opponents, and Moline is the best. And like he said, if they can stop shooting themselves in the foot with penalties, fumbles, those kinds of things, he thinks they can play football with anyone. Moline, on the other hand, our fans have had a chance to see them a couple times, and I think a couple things to keep in mind here. It doesn't look like Adam Holroyd, number 22, and we'll keep our eyes open there. I don't think he'll be able to play again tonight. He hurt his knee against UT. Andy Malcolm has stepped in and rushed for 94 yards and pass receptions for 95 yards, so I think he's a big key for them. I agree with Coach Boblett. Moline does not turn the ball over. They'll keep it away from you and keep away from you. We better be ready with names and numbers because they ran 10 backs, I think, last week and the week before last. So I think that's a big key. Anthony Moline at quarterback, a 3-year starter for them, leads this team both offensively and defensively, and I think we're going to see a young quarterback on the rise, an established quarterback in the biggest game in the Western Big Six this weekend.
Well, this game could lead up to being for all the marbles, that's for sure. Got a wet field today, and sophomore quarterback running that wing tee. If he can hold on to the ball, it could be trouble for Moline. But then again, if that fumbleitis hits, could be trouble for Rock Island.
Well, I think that's part of the deal here too. And one of the things that, as a coach, used to bother me a little bit. It's been a week and a half or so since we've had any rain. And so, if it rained yesterday, if it rained Monday or Tuesday of this week, and you're used to practicing in it, not as big a deal. But here we are now, although we're 20 minutes from game time right now, and looking at no rain, and maybe no rain the rest of this evening. So, but the field will be wet. But this time of year, the field always gets a little damp anyway, so it's not that big a deal. But I agree with you. I think that's going to be the key.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back later with Western Big Six football, Rock Island versus Moline. Well, it looks like it's actually going to be a beautiful night here at Browning. If the rain holds off, the weather's nice, the temperature's nice.
Well, the surface even held up pretty good, as far as the sophomore game concluded there. So, well, here let's go with the starting lineups for Rock Island. Number 9, Jim O'Mealy at quarterback.
All right, and for Moline, number 9, Andy Malcolm, senior, 5'10".
9. Number 25 for Rock Island is Alonzo Wise.
All right, and more. For Moline, number 10, Todd Anderson, a junior, 5'10".
Number 36 is Doug Powell. 36 is Jarvis Holliday. Have a little trouble with these numbers already.
All right, for Moline, it's number 11, Anthony Molina.
Number 41, Dante Clay, big name player for Rock Island.
All right, for Moline, number 24. 34, Matt Siemens.
Number 51, Brett Griffin, is the next starter for Rock Island.
And for Moline, coming out to shake hands, number 40, Tom Wallard.
Number 59, the next starter is David Smith, a senior for Rock Island.
All right, and coming out for Moline now, number 44, Conrad Canary.
Number 61 is Ben Stout for Rock Island.
All right, and for Moline, number 68, Steve Shelton.
Number 62, John Brandenmeyer from Rock Island.
And for Moline,
that looked like 80. Is that 88? I don't know.
That'd be Ben McCabe. I don't think that was 88. 76.
Yep. T.J. Jacobs is number 65 out there.
All right, and 76 was Kyle Piper for Moline.
And then 81 coming out is Seneca Gray for Rock Island.
All right, number 72 for Moline is Adam Kettler.
And number 85 is Heath Gadiant.
And number 70 for Moline, Joe DeBleek.
And everybody else for Moline comes out.
All right.
You always hope to make it through that hoop. That's the number one priority. Head coach for Rock Island is
Vic Boblet.
That's right. And for Moline is
It's Dan McGuire.
You've answered all the tough questions, and we're ready to go. Well, Coach McGuire went all the way across the field to shake hands with Coach Boblet, and I'll tell you what, we talked about early in the pregame, this is going to be the game of the week. Boy, I tell you what, when you put teams of this caliber against one another, I'm excited. I'm ready for the ball game.
Both teams are going to be pumped up, ready to go, and like you said, I think it's going to be who makes the least amount of mistakes today.
Well, it looks like Rock Island is going to receive the opening kickoff, so we'll get a chance to see that explosive offense right off the bat, huh?
Well, the wing tee that Vic Boblet brought with him to Rock Island from Geneseo and Augustana, and then Geneseo again.
Exactly.
Before he came to Rock Island, and it can be an explosive offense.
Well, number 21 is Nimmers, one of the deep backs for Rock Island. Number 22 is Mike Smith. Number 41 is Dante Clay. All burners back there.
All right, and the kickoff from Moline is number 40, Tom Waller. Tom's a senior. He's 5'10", 190 pounds.
Well, I'm ready. How about you?
We're ready for Western Big Six football, and I think the fans are watching are ready. Let's get the kickoff and let's get going here.
Well, I'll be real surprised, because I've been real surprised before, if they kick the ball deep. But the kind of way they're trying to set that ball on the tee, they're tilting it back about as far as they can, so I would expect this ball to be on the ground pretty quickly. Band is coming in. It's going to get a little noisy here for a second. Let's play football.
There's a kick.
Line drive kick. Dante Clay, number 41, picks the ball up to 20 to 25, 30. Looks to get to the outside. Still running hard. Brought the ball all back to about the 38-yard line.
He was brought down there by number 20, Rob Malcolm, and number 30, Josh Lofgren.
Dante Clay, number 41. Again, we mentioned the pregame, wingback in this offense, and has carried the ball 24 times and had 248 yards so far as Amelia heads for the huddle. The offensive line for Rock Island is going to have Gadiant, Stout, Brandmeyer, Smith, Griffin, Jacobs, and Gray. Amelia, Holiday, Wise, and Clay in the backfield. Wishbone. Officials are getting the ball set.
Well, you got great fielding position for Rock Island to start on the 38.
Oh, nice hit up front that time. Clay with the ball carrier across the 40 to about the 42-yard line.
Brought down that time by number 11, Anthony Molina. We'll probably call his number a lot today.
Well, he's a big hitter. There's no question about that. He comes off the ball playing in the secondary, but he gets up there quick. I didn't get a good look because it's right in front of us right now, but that last series was, I'm sure that that Moline was in a 6-2 the first time, looking like, again, a 6-2 type defense again. More of a wing tee this time. Second man through, coming off tackle. A good hard run by Alonzo Wise, number 25.
Brought down by number 44, Conrad Canary. Conrad, the senior, 5'11", 175 pounds.
That time Rock Island broke the bone, went to a wing with Dante Clay on the wing with Holiday and Wise in the backfield. You know, Wise has carried the ball 20 times, Holiday 23 times, and Clay 24 times. So all these young men are going to carry the ball several times tonight if they get the offense going.
Moline's really looking for run, too, and those linebackers are stepping up in a hurry.
Up the middle. Boy, that line churned out of there that time across midfield into Moline territory to about the 47-yard line. That time Jarvis Holiday on the carry.
Looks like he was brought down again by number 44, Conrad Canary, on the first hit, and then a whole host of Moline players. But we got a first down here, Coach.
Well, it was a good series that time for Rock Island. They came out of the wishbone the first time. Everybody got a chance to carry the ball and picked up the first down. Each back has one carry.
Yeah, Moline still staying in that 6-2.
Power off tackle. Not much room that time. Alonzo Wise that time on the carry.
Yeah, it looked like it was brought down by number 72, Adam Kettler.
Well, the ball got loose there somehow and ended up going back. Moline ball carrier came out of there with it going 100 miles an hour, but not going to count. But that was for no gain. Second and 10.
Well, I think we're seeing what we're going to see today. A lot of run by both teams, and certainly wing team. Rock Island's going to run predominantly 70-80% of the game.
Well, two tight ends. Clay, the wing to the right. Sweep. Wise, the ball carrier. Turns the corner. Makes a great cut down the boundary and out of bounds. See where the officials mark him. It's going to be first down at about the 35-yard line.
Brought down that time by number 88, David Koenig.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, Wise hit that corner, and all of a sudden he shifted into a new gear, and it's another first down.
You know, Koenig is a 6'2 senior, 190 pounds, made a nice tackle. Actually, maybe a touchdown-saving tackle on the sideline there. He was kind of the last hope.
Wise is 5'9", 164-pound sophomore. Wishbone, fullback up inside, running hard that time. Jarvis Holiday.
Boy, not much gain. Brought down that time by number 68, Steve Shelton, and number 70, Joe DeBleek.
Well, it sets up a second down and about 7. The ball now at about the 32-yard line. Make it the 33-yard line. That time, Alonzo Wise, number 25, came out of the pile limping a little bit that time, so I have to keep an eye there.
Big play.
Wishbone, 2nd and 7.
Linebackers all coming up.
Through. Oh, nice guy that time. Alonzo Wise, another first down for Rock Island. And that ball's down to about the 23-yard line, a 10-yard gain right there.
Looked like he was brought down that time by Todd Anderson, number 10, and number 68, Steve Shelton.
We mentioned Clay in the pregame and averaging about 10.1 per carry, but Wise is averaging 7.9 yards a carry in the conference, and Coach Boblett seems to be right in his estimation. If we don't shoot ourselves in the foot, we're going to move the football.
Oh, man.
Wishbone, 1st and 10.
Those are big yardage.
23-yard line. Second man through, this time Dante Clay.
Nice
Another
hit.
hard run.
Nice hit.
Ball's down to about the 15-yard line.
He was brought down by number 40, Tom Wallard, but boy, Wallard paid a price. He put his head down and ran right into him.
That was about an 8-yard gain that time. 2nd and a long 2.
But these are some big holes being opened up by this Rock Island offense.
Only 5'9", 162-pound senior, so it's not limited. I'll tell you what, they're bringing it with some force. And when you can run that fast, that gets there in a hurry.
Well, he hit number 40 with all 5'9", 165 pounds. Everything he could deliver.
Fullback inside. Nice gain. Looks like a first down near the 10-yard line. Looks like it's just short of the 10.
That'll be a first down.
Jarvis Holiday on the carry, number 36. Coach Bob was mixing it up real well, Doug. I think each of the backs has carried about the same number of times, taking it right down the field here.
Yeah, and he has missed up. He's had a pitch or two in this series. He's up the middle, off tackle.
Yeah.
But it's all run. It's all on the ground.
1st and 10. Ball is about the 11-yard line. Alonzo Wise, number 25 on the carry. Again, second man through that time. A little misdirection in the backfield, and that's it doesn't seem to be affecting Moline because they're bringing the linebackers on the snap. But
he was brought down that time by number 68, Steve Shelton. 6 foot, 210
John
pounds.
Brandmeier
senior.
and Mark Pacheco, 64 and 67, are running plays in from the sideline.
Got officials timeout here, Jim. Looks like maybe some kind of equipment repair for one of the Moline kids.
I'll tell you one thing, for a fairly warm night, I would guess the temperature is probably about 65 degrees here at game time. No wind to speak of. Well, here we go. 2nd down and 7. Ball is at the 8-yard line. Fullback inside. Oh, second man through. Nice fake by Amelia that time. Wise ended up being on the carry that time. I'll tell you what, I don't know whether they knew he didn't have the ball or not, but Amelia came through that time all by himself.
I'll tell you, tough running room in there. He was brought down by about 3 Moline players. From this vantage point, is beginning for these old eyes to get hard to see who's making these tackles.
You don't want to admit to the old eyes thing. I know that from experience. 3rd down and about 3. Dante Clay up inside near the first down and also near the goal line. But I don't think he got it. He's short of the first down.
Brought down that time by number 40, Tom Wallard. Tom's a 5'10", 190-pound senior.
4th down and about 2.
What are you going to do?
4th and 2. They've had good success with the fullback up the middle. They've had good success off tackle, and the one sweep that they ran worked pretty good. So your choice, but the Moline fans are excited right now. Wishbone formation by Rock Island. Coming off the ball, bootleg. Bootleg, Amelia on the run. Amelia at the goal line. Oh, this could be close. I think he might have the first down.
I think he's got the first down, too.
I think he has the first down. It's just short of the goal line. But looks like it's going to be a first down now. They're going to measure and take a good look at it. It's right at the sticks over there. So the officiating crew's going to take a good look at this. The measurement.
First down, Rock Island.
First down, Rock Island. Well, you're sitting here and you got to guess what you want to run. What would you try here, Doug?
I think what quarterback sneak looked like a good play.
Well, Moline just took a timeout, so maybe Coach Carter is going to go out and have a little chat with the players and try to get this thing figured out. So we have our first timeout, Doug, with 6 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the first quarter. No score, but Rock Island's threatening with the ball at the 1-yard line. We'll take a short break here. You need a little break?
Let's take a break and come back with more Western Big Six action with Rock Island and Moline.
Well, tight line splits. That line's been coming off the ball real well. Wishbone, dive, fullback. Jarvis Holiday.
No signal yet. There it is. Touchdown.
Well, they went with the fullback, almost like a quarterback sneak.
That's right.
Well, the fullback, Jarvis Holiday, a nice hard run inside. Now, Jarvis is a little bigger than the other backs. He's a senior at 5'11", 204 pounds, so got to spin it in a hurry.
Well, that's a great drive for Rock Island, and here we go for the extra point.
Number 11 will be attempting to kick. That's Adam Saib. On the kick, and it's good. Dante Clay was the holder. That makes you a little nervous when Dante Clay, with his kind of ability, holds, and you got Saib, who is a linebacker, doing the kicking. But the kick was up and good, and with 6 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the first quarter, Rock Island draws first blood.
All right, that was a 14 plays, 62 yards, capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run. Started at the 38-yard line and chewed up a whole lot of clock here, Coach.
Really did. I have to tell you, when you go in your pregame and you go during the course of the week and say, here's what we'd like to do, and here's what would, if we can do this, our first 8 or 10 plays, 14 plays, as you mentioned, that's exactly the way you'd like to do it. Everything worked.
This is what Coach was looking for Coach Vic Boblet was looking for, was steady, no mistakes, and 14 plays and almost 6 minutes of clock. That's an excellent drive.
The key. 14 plays, no penalties, and the ball was not on the ground at all. Yep. So if they can do that consistently, well, then Moline's going to have to score about every time they touch it, and we'll see what happens here in a minute.
All right, well, back to receive for Moline is number 30, Josh Lofgren.
Adam Saib, number 11, will be doing the kicking for Rock Island. For the fans who are used to seeing Adam in number 15, he ripped his jersey in pregame warm-ups.
Squib kick and downed right at the spot by number 10, Todd Anderson. And Moline's going to start off with pretty good yardage. Neither team wanting to kick that ball away and give everybody a run. Give anybody a run at it.
Doug, why don't you take a look at that offensive unit for Moline there off your sheet, and we'll give them a little.
All right, Moline's offense. The offensive line is Colin Cave, number 82, at left end, and left tackle Chris Burns. Left guard Kyle Piper, center Steve Shelton. Right guard Darrell Michael, and right tackle Matt Moyer. Right end is David Koenig.
Okay, they're running the kind of
an offset.
Offset, yeah.
A nice run.
It's off the block. Tom Waller at that time, number 40. Tom's, like most of the backs for Moline, has had several carries, but isn't up there real high in the statistics just because they got 10 of them carrying the ball.
Yeah, he was brought down that time by number 44, Justin Carter. But not before a gain of almost 5 yards.
Yeah, the defensive unit for Rock Island's got Pass and Leon at defensive ends, Stevens and Puentes at defensive tackles, Hartman's a nose guard, Saib and Garcia are linebackers, Holland, Nimmers, Carter, and Smith are in the defensive secondary.
Here we go. Here we go with that formation again.
It's wing T, but you got to end up with the little dump pass.
Nice, wide open.
Nice play. Oh, still alive. A big gainer there for Moline. Colin Cave, number 82, on the reception for the first down from Anthony Molina. Well, Moline comes out, splits a receiver wide out to this side, runs the wing back, who's Andy Malcolm, number 9, to this side, puts him in motion, floods the area, and boy, that popped number 82, Cave wide open there.
Well, I'll tell you what, he hit him right in the numbers with that pass, too. Great pass by Molina.
And that's Dave Sable, by the way. I got the wrong player there. Sable is 82. Oh, first man through, number 40, Tom Wallard on the carry. A big gain. That ball's across the 40, Rock Island's 40, down to about the 36-yard line, almost the 35.
He was brought down that time by number 52, Willie Garcia. Willie's a 5'8 senior, 184 pounds.
Well, now, the Maroons are coming back strong. Running plays in. Dave Koenig, number 88, runs this play in. The backs, we'll take a look and see who we got in the backfield right now. 44 is Conrad Canary. Wallert is 40. Malcolm, number 9, to our side of the field here. The wide out is Cave. Tight end is Koenig. Long count. Oh, sweep.
Let's drop the ball.
Back, and Molina makes a great play. Well, I'll tell you, when you got Anthony Molina on the toss sweep, the ball hit the fullback on the way by. Molina picks up, nearly gets the first down.
Well, I'll tell you what, quick reactions. The Rock Island players had no idea the ball was on the ground.
Well, it was a quick toss.
They really didn't. They're looking at the fullback and looking at Molina, and the Molina was quick enough to go get it.
Well, Moline's now faced with a third down and about 3. 3rd and 3, 3 minutes, 47 seconds to go. Quick count. Wishbone. Oh, nice run, but a great tackle. I don't know if he got that or not. Andy Malcolm on the carry.
All right, brought down by number 23, John Holland. John Holland is a junior, 5'6", 165 pounds, and he's short.
Yeah.
Not John. The yardage for the first down is short.
Fourth and about a yard. I'll tell you that time, we can always make second-guess situational things there, but Malcolm thought he could get to the outside that time. That's what Rock Island takes away from him with their great speed. You can't turn it. First sound may be a quick count here by
here we go.
Moline.
Full house backfield.
Coming off the ball real hard. Off tackle. 44, Conrad Canary may go. He's the 20. He's the 15, down about the 13-yard line. Conrad Canary, number 44 for Moline.
Brought down by number 21, Lamonte Nimmons, 5'11 junior, 162 pounds.
Well, Rock Island that time stuffed everybody up inside, probably looking for something with Moline carrying the ball. And Moline, knowing that, went off tackle with Conrad Canary. The ball is now 1st and 10. The ball's at the 14-yard line. Moline is on the move.
A great play. The Rock Island coaches wanted movement on Moline, but no call, and here we go.
This time, quarterback trap inside. Molina with the ball near the 10-yard line. Stood up right there.
Brought down by a host of Rock Island players. Number 38 was in there, Jason Puentes.
On that particular play, Doug, Moline shifted from the wishbone to a double wing and then sent Conrad Canary back in motion and then ran the quarterback trap.
Well, they like to run that. Moline likes to run that. It's a great play for them.
They made a living out of that against UT over the last 3 or 4 years, and then they did so well that last week Allman ran it against UT. Twins, far side of the field. Tight end to the near side. 2 backs. Handoff to number 40, up in it real hard. Stood up. Wallert, the ball carrier, but not much room at the 10-yard line.
Brought down again by a host of Rock Island tacklers. Number 52, Willie Garcia. Number 56 was in there, Art Jackson.
One thing we'll notice as the game goes along, we'll kind of make a note of this, is Rock Island has gone strictly to 2 platoons. So none of their players are playing on both sides of the ball, and we're going to be calling a lot of the Moline kids' names on both sides. So we'll see what condition has to do with it. 3rd down and about 7. Twins to the far side.
Rock
Malcolm
Island is 6'2".
and Wallert. Dump pass over the middle. That was just a straight fake to the fullback. Wallert, Molina stood straight up and attempted a dump pass that time, and it went incomplete.
He was shooting for number 91, Kevin Weaver.
Well, he was open, I think. The ball just got released real high. The Rock Island coaches, who are fairly close to us here, are convinced that Moline's moving early. But Moline's faced with maybe one of the first real big plays of the ball game here. It's a 4th down and about 6. The ball is at the Rock Island 10-yard line.
A big play. So far, Rock Island's got it real stiff down here in the red zone. Let's see what happens.
Wishbone, 2 tight ends. Option. Molina. Oh, off the fullback. The fullback. Oh, touchdown, Tom Wallert. They go inside with the fullback on the option. Wallert scores from 10 yards out.
Well, nice run by Wallert. A lot of twisting and turning to step through some tackles. That's just what you want to do down there at the goal line.
Oh, that was real impressive. That was fantastic. But I'll tell you one thing. They had me fooled because I was convinced they were going to go on outside with that when you needed that many yards. But obviously, that's why Coach McGuire's coaching, and I am sitting in the back row of the bleachers. The kick is up. The kick is good. Tom Wallert with the kick. And with 1 minute, 19 seconds to go in the first quarter, the game of the week has become the game of the week. 7 for Rock Island and 7 for Moline.
Now the Moline fans are on their feet to the Moline school song. All right, what we had here was 10 plays, 65 yards, kept off by a 10-yard run by
Tom Wallert.
Very good.
Now, if the fans thought I'd take a little break there to drink some hot chocolate, I bet I was. And you can't drink hot chocolate with this microphone.
And talk at the same time, at least.
Kind of difficult. Well, there's one. You're one up. You surprised me with that one. Well, offenses are
only
winning,
because I couldn't remember the name of the runner who went through, Coach.
Well, Tom Wallert, number 40. Wallert is...
I guarantee you Rock Island will remember that name.
5'10", he's a 190-pounder, and he got up in there with a lot of force. Well, we're getting ready to kick off again. Moline to kick off. Back deep for the Rocks. Number 21 is Nimmers. I know Dante Clay, number 41, is back there, and I think number 22 is Mike Smith in the middle.
And coming up to make the kick for Moline is number 34, Matt Siemens. And the kick.
Oh, a little squib
on
again.
The ground again.
Should take another bounce. Oh, wild bounce back to about the 13-yard line. Dante Clay has got the ball at the 13, to the 15, to about the 19-yard line. First down.
Nice coverage by Moline. Brought down that time by number 23 for Moline, Aaron Best. Number 34, no, the kicker, Matt Siemens, was in on that.
Well, he knew where it was going. I'll tell you, that ball got squirting around that field, and that's tough. A long way to go now for Rock Island. The ball starts on their own 18-yard line. 1st and 10. Wishbone for the Rocks. 6-1 defense for Moline. Fullback trap inside. Ball to Jarvis Holiday. Nice gain there.
A gain of about 3, brought down that time by number 76, Kyle Piper.
Looked like 46 was on the carry that time, and if it was, that's Stanley Golden, as opposed to 36 Holiday. So run an extra back or two in there, give him some reps here. 2nd down and about 6. Long 5. Ball at about the 23-yard line. Wing tee. Second man
middle.
through this time. 25 with the carry. Oh, they got him hung up by a leg. And Alonzo Wise, 1 step away from going there. The officials are going to stop the clock for just a second. We're going to take a look at it. It's very close to the first down.
Well, I couldn't see who had a hold of his leg there, but for Moline, it's a good thing they did.
Oh, my. He was just cutting back. He was coming against the grain, which the good running backs can do.
First down.
And he was going to go, I think.
Well, you just really like the way they run. They get those knees up high and going to be hard to bring down.
Well, they're going to have to hustle, Rocks. They're going to have to hustle now to get this play run. There's 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Let's see if we get the ball snapped. Quarterback's not even going to take a snap here. Yeah. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, with 1 quarter underway, or finished, actually. The score is Rock Island 7, Moline 7. And Doug, what do you think about that quarter?
Well, I think it's just exactly what we talked about. You know, both teams, Moline, Rock Island, rather, predominantly in a ground control game, and Moline threw a few passes up there.
Well, you see the situation, too, is that each team basically had 1 possession. We had a 14-play drive and a 10-play drive, and now Rock Island has run 2 plays and got another first down. So, you know, that ball control is working perfectly for both teams right now.
Coaches are going to have to find a way to make a stop here. One team's got to make a stop here pretty soon and capitalize off of it. Right now, the offense for both teams have pretty much had their own way. You know, we went through a whole quarter of football and saw 2 team possessions.
That's right. That's right. Well, that happens when both teams run the ball. Everybody goes home early. A lot of excitement. Go home early.
Diane DeBoard would love to help you plan your next party. She specializes in ethnic hors d'oeuvres and a large variety of unique cuisine. From the simplest to the most elegant affairs, call Diane DeBoard Catering.
Remember those years when Galesburg had a coach down there who liked to throw the football? Some of his games were getting over like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. night, you know, and that's why Coach Tracy and I used to like to coach against each other. We guarantee about an hour and 20 minutes. That's from kickoff to the last play, even if we had to play overtime.
Well, as an official, I can tell you all the officials appreciated those games, too.
Off we go. Well, here we go. We're back in the second quarter of action now. 7-7 tie. Ball's at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rocks. Clay in motion. Clay with the ball. Runs hard. Clay may go.
Run.
One flag. Oh, Dante Clay. He's at midfield to the 40.
Nobody's going to catch him.
Nobody's going to catch him. Dante Clay. All the way. Dante Clay.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach, he had Anthony Molina at about the 45-yard line and just bounced off of each other. Molina gaining his feet and trying to chase him down, but didn't have a chance.
Wow.
Boy, he put his head down and really bounced off of Anthony.
And I'll tell you, that's what Rock Island can do. They've got that great speed back there, and I'll tell you, they hit hard. They're not afraid of the contact, and it didn't take him a second to get back up to full speed. Clay will hold. Seib will do the kicking for the extra point. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 11 minutes, 47 seconds to go in the second quarter, Rock Island leads 14-7.
Who was the runner?
Dante Clay.
All right, that time we had 3 plays, 72 yards, capped off by a 62-yard run by Dante Clay. And what a run it was.
Dante Clay all the way. We're in this time of the year, we're into these rhyming things.
I like that. I like that.
Hey,
Coach.
let's take a break in the action. Now we can try the hot chocolate. We'll be back in just a minute.
All right, we're back. Here comes the kickoff, and back to receive from Moline, number 30, Josh Lofgren.
Seib on the squib kick. Nice big bounce. Tough pick up there. Ooh, look out.
That's number 23, Aaron Best.
Well, Aaron Best is one of those, that stable of running backs that get a lot of repetitions here to get on the special teams. And again, great position, Doug, for Moline to start. Ball at about their own 33-yard line.
Yeah, he picked the ball up on the bounce at about the 25, made a nice little cut to the right, and picked up another 8 yards for Moline. Well, here we go with Anthony Molina coming in to make the call for Moline.
Well, coming out of that huddle again. Moline's going to go with a wide receiver to the far side. Andy Malcolm, the wingback, in motion. Coming off the ball well. Power play off tackle. Tom Wallard on the carry. Out to near the 40-yard line. Stopped about the 39.
Brought down that time by number 23, Josh Holland, and then a host of Rock Island players, but not before a gain of 6 yards. You know, they had dropped all 4 linebackers off about 3 yards that time, and I don't know if that's going to work.
Well, Conrad Canary, number 44, was the lead blocker that time for Tom Wallard, and he got up in there real hard on one of the linebackers and opened up a nice hole off tackle. Second down, about 4 for the
Same
Maroons.
defensive setup for Rock Island.
This time Best in motion coming this way. Dump
There's
pass
the pass.
over the middle. There it is again. 81 on the reception for Moline. 91.
80. No, I think
It looks like 81.
looks like 81, but it's actually 91. Kevin Weaver. Looks like a favorite target for him. Brought down by number 44, Justin Carter. Justin's a 6-foot junior, 162 pounds.
Yeah, another, again, kind of a little dump route, a little quick pattern there to stay away from the linebackers. The motion man is obviously creating some problems. Power formation to the far side. Best is the wingback.
Yeah.
Split in the far side. Ball.
Now they're in a 6-1 in defense, too. They brought their guys up on the line of scrimmage, going to try to stop the pass.
Oh, my, what a
nice
defensive play. Josh
That's-
Lofgren that time on the pitch sweep. Didn't get a chance to get started because...
Brought down by number 56, Art Jackson. Art's a 6-foot junior, 190 pounds, and he just came in with very little resistance and made a nice tackle. Art Jackson.
Well, I'll tell you, that's twice that Moline has tried to run that quick toss, and both times the timing wasn't very good. First time, if we remember right, it was a situation where the toss hit the fullback, and that time it kind of looked like Molina was just trying to get that ball kind of around him, and it just didn't. It didn't get there quick enough.
You know, Rock Island had 7 men up on the line of scrimmage that time too. Both the guys that they had on outside linebacker had snuck up in on the line, and they were overpowering on the line.
question.
Somebody had to get through.
Well, Rob Malcolm's in now at what would be the tailback spot. Again, power formation. Motion this time by number 30, which is Lofgren. Oh, look out. Molina stayed alive, but Rock Island is there.
That time we were led by number 88. Number 88, Justin Leon, who came in and put a lot of pressure on him. And then he was finished off by, I believe it was number 71, David Stevens.
Well, Moline that time ran the guard out. Steve Shelton, number 68, was going to lead for Molina and or the pitchman as they came outside on that particular play. And the linebacker must have flown right in through that gap because Molina did not have a chance. Third down now and long. 3rd and 19. Here's the sweep.
Here's the pitch.
Coming out. Oh, it could go. What a good-looking play that is. The ball gets down to about the 45-yard line.
Pushed out of bounds that time by number 25, Alonzo Wise.
Well, Andy Malcolm that time it was an option play, but Molina got rid of that ball in a big hurry. He wasn't going to get nailed that time.
Boy, he got rid of it just in time too, because he was being beared down on, and he took a good lick after getting rid of that ball.
Well, decision time now for Coach McGuire. The ball's at about the 46-yard line. 4th down and 7. It looks like Moline's going to punt. Never could be sure of that though. They got enough guys on the field. Maybe or maybe not. Oh, this could be a fake. Watch the fake.
Back to receive for Rock Island.
That ball is blocked. A beautiful play. The ball is loose. Oh, my gracious. 56 on the block, Doug.
Wow, what a great play. And then recovered by 56. That's Art Jackson again.
Huge play. I'll tell you what,
my goodness.
Molina was one of the deep backs to block. I thought maybe you might be looking at a fake, but the fake didn't happen. But he came right over Molina. Molina did a beautiful job. He came over the top and blocked that punt and picked it up.
Boy, big plays by Art Jackson in this series.
2 big plays. Great defensive plays for the Rocks. 1st down and 10. The ball's at the Moline 35-yard line. Wishbone, second man through. Oh, big hit by Moline.
Delivering hit that time was number 12, Mike Finch. And he had help by number 68 that time. 68 is Steve Shelton, and Steve and another guy had him wrapped up, and Mike just came up and put a lick on him.
Man, Alonzo Wise just started to get that thing in motion. All of a sudden, he was going towards his own goal line. The good news is for Rock Island fans, of course, it was about a 2-yard gain, almost a 3-yard gain. So it makes it a 2nd and about 8. The ball is about the 33-yard line.
Linebackers.
Fullbacks loose inside, and the 30 may have got down to the 29-yard line that time. Jarvis Holiday.
Looks like he was brought down that time by number 88, Dave Koenig. I believe that's Koenig.
Ball's now marked right on the 30-yard line. Sets up a 3rd and 5 for Rock Island. This will be a huge stand for Moline if they can buckle down here now.
Well, let's see if they blitz those linebackers again. There they come.
Second man through, Dante Clay to the 25. Oh, he might go. Dante Clay at the 10, at the 5, touchdown, Rock Island. Dante Clay.
Wow, I'll tell you what, Moline's really trying to jam up that line of scrimmage with blitzing the linebackers. And the problem is that Rock Island's just unable to step through there, and once they're through, they're gone.
Well, and Dante Clay both times has broken at least one tackle to get through. That time somebody had him by the leg, but bang, he's out, and he's running loose. He's running loose, and Clay will be the holder. Seib will do the extra point kicking. The score now is 20-7 in favor of Rock Island. And this extra point kick is up. This kick is good, and with 7 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the second quarter, the Rock Island Rocks lead Moline 21-7.
Wow, what a turnaround. What a turnaround. You know, that was led by the block kick by number 56, Art Jackson, and then we went 3 plays, 35 yards, with Clay scoring on a 30-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, it was a great series, both defensively and offensively for Rock Island. Not only they make the good plays, they make the great play on the sweep for about a 10, 12-yard loss. Then they make a good play on the option to drop. And if you get Molina for a loss, you've really done some good things. I've seen him play enough in 3 years to realize that I've almost never seen him lose yardage. Play breaks down, he can always get back up the field. But that time he couldn't. And then I'm not sure Moline had the right combination on the field. Looked like they were a little confused in the punt formation, and they had a punt block.
Well, here we go. 21-7. There's 7 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Well, Seib is kicking off again. Another squib kick. Fielded up front and down. Todd Anderson that time.
Bob Anderson, yeah, had it right on his knees when he picked it up, but not bad field position. We're on the 30-yard line to start.
Well, right now, Rock Island's doing a decent job of keeping the ball on the ground on the kickoffs and allowing for decent coverage. But, you know, Moline early, the fans are a little upset here, but they still got the ball at the 31-yard line. That's good field position to start a drive.
That's right, very good field position. And I'll tell you what, you know, Coach Vic Boblet wanted an error-free game, and so far his team has given him that. We haven't had a penalty call.
Shooting themselves in the foot now. Off tackle. Oh, nice run here by Andy Malcolm. Oh, he could cut back. Good pursuit. Face mask coming.
There it is.
Face mask coming. Ball got Andy Malcolm. Ran that ball out to 40.
He's brought
on 10, 15 more.
He was brought down by number 44, Justin Carter, and just as we talk about mistake-free, Justin grabbed him by the face mask.
Well, I'll tell you, Malcolm, there's a lot of white shirts running to that ball, but it looked like Malcolm might get back across that thing, and there were a lot of maroon shirts there. So,
well, he broke a tackle at about the 35-yard line and then stepped up, but we had good pursuit and coverage by Rock Island. With their good team speed, that's what they're going to do.
That's right.
But Malcolm just reached up and grabbed the wrong piece of equipment and got the face mask. That's pretty good.
Well, 1st and 10 now. 6 minutes, 44 seconds to go.
Starting on the 45.
At the 45-yard line of the Rocks. Kyle Piper at center brings the Maroons out of the huddle.
And they're in that 4-4.
End-over formation. Now they're really powered to the right side, far side of the field here. Option, Molina with the ball. Fights himself back, maybe for a yard gain, maybe 2 at the most.
Brought down that time by number 56. Number 56 made the first hit. Who else? Art Jackson. And then he got help on the play by number 83, Marshall Pass, who actually brought Molina down.
Well, Doug, that time, and several times tonight, Moline is running what we would call an end over. They end up with a tackle on this end, or the near side of the field. They've got a split into the far side of the field, but they also have a tight end on that same side. You're not going to pass out of that, but it gives you an extra blocker. Okay, now we're back to a balanced formation. 3 receivers, the far side of the field. Trips, sprint pass. Molina looking to throw. Gets the ball up. Nice throw down the field. Oh, complete pass there. All the way down to about the 15-yard line. Dave Koenig on the reception.
Brought down by number 21 from Rock Island. That's Lamonte Nimmons and number 22, Mike Smith.
Well, that time Moline went with 3 receivers to the far side. Molina on the rollout found Dave Koenig at the boundary, and he hit that sideline right on down.
Boy, I tell you what, he stuck in there, too, because he took a big hit after delivering that pass, and he knew he was going to take a hit.
Well, first
nice pass by Molina.
At the 15-yard line, and here come the Maroons back. They got 2 wide receivers to this side, tight end to the far side, 1 back set. Got to have 3 receivers to this side. Tight end here also. 3 receivers here. Tight end, 2 wide out. Side. Sprint option. Pitch outside now. Wallard on the carry. Ball's loose. Now the officials are going to mark that ball dead at about the 13-yard line. Molina got back on the fumble anyway.
Brought down that time by 83, Marshall Pass.
Well, that time Moline went with the speed option. There's no internal fake. Molina comes out. The pitch to Wallard. Trying to get some blocking set up to the 3 receiver side.
Well, that ball was on the ground, Coach.
Well, it was, and they called it dead, and probably a good call. Moline back in the wishbone, quick count. Malcolm on the carry, not much room there. In there at about the, oh, golly, looked like he got down to the 10, though.
That time he was brought down by number 38, Jason Puentes, and number 11, Adam Sieb.
Officials timeout. Must have a little equipment problem again. Sets up a 3rd down and about 5. The ball resting at just outside the 10. Doug, with 4 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the first half. And the score is Rock Island 21, Moline 7, but threatening to score.
Well, great game. Moline, after giving up the blocked punt and the touchdown, coming right back and threatening to score again.
Hello. Well, we're ready to go. The equipment's been repaired. 2 wide receivers going to the far side of the field right now.
Here comes crack, he's going to crack the linebacker.
Motion coming across the formation. Bell.
Oh, we got movement.
Movement inside for Moline. Third and 10. Moline, I tell you, this particular ball game, Doug, has shown us more formations. I think sometimes you do that if you got a team that runs as well as Rock Island does. Sometimes you try to maybe formation them into a bad look and maybe can isolate like they did a while ago with Dave Koenig out there and make a big play out of it. But
they certainly have practiced and worked for this game, and like you said, we've seen about 5 different formations out here today.
They're coming out now. 2 tight ends this time for Moline. Wishbone now shifting to double wing. Be a motion man somewhere along the line. Best in motion. Pass. Oh, look at Malcolm. Malcolm in the corner. Malcolm. Touchdown, Moline. From Anthony Molina to Andy Malcolm. Touchdown.
Oh, beautiful play, and Molina delivered the pass right on the numbers. Hit him in stride. Nice play by Moline.
Well, Moline went with, shifted from the wishbone to double wing, sent a man in motion and flooded the area, and Andy Malcolm broke clean right at the goal line, and Molina found him with a perfect pass.
Great protection by that Moline line of Burns, Piper, Shelton, Michael, and Moyer.
Extra point kick now. Molina to hold, Waller to kick. The kick is up, and that kick is good, and with 3 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the first half, the score is now Rock Island 21 and Moline 14.
We got a barn burner.
We've got a ball game tonight, folks.
The Moline fans are up and happy. 6 plays, 69 yards, capped by Molina's 16-yard pass to Andy Malcolm. Nice job.
Well, I'll tell you, that's, when it starts adding up the statistics here and getting some rushing and passing yardage, why, it's going to be pretty interesting. I mentioned in the pregame that Molina has thrown for 140 yards in the first 2 games. That doesn't sound like a whole lot, but he's been 7 out of 15. And Malcolm was his leading receiver coming in with 3 catches for 95 yards and just tacked on 15 more there.
Well, then he went to his favorite receiver in a touchdown situation, laid it right over his shoulder, and Malcolm took it in, and it was 6.
Well, the big play I thought, too, was the pass, of course, to Koenig. I think the Rock Island kids thought he was going to go out of bounds after he caught the ball. He stayed in bounds, took the ball clear down to what was the 18-yard line or whatever that was. Well, Moline kicks off again, and we've got that fearsome trio back there to receive this kick again for the Rocks.
Oh, they're moving up now. He's going to move everybody up to about the 15. His deep guys are coming up to the 15.
And that man himself, Dante Clay. Waller to kick off. Another
on the ground.
Kick. Oh, Upman picks this thing up, gets back up in it. Oh, he stayed alive.
That's number 81. Number 81 is Seneca Gray. He picked it up and ran for about an extra 10 yards, and we're going to start off at about the, looks like, 40-yard line.
40-yard line, first and 10. Rock Island's got plenty of time because of them. Sometimes 1 or 2 or 3 plays is enough. So we'll see.
Coach Dan McGuire's he's got something to figure out here. He's got to figure out how to stop this Rock Island running attack. He's tried a number of different things. Right now he's got his 4 linebackers deep in a 4-4.
Fullback up the middle, running hard. Oh, look at this run. I've been very impressed. Jarvis Holiday that time, just driving those legs out to near midfield, just short of the first down. A 9-yard gain for Jarvis Holiday.
Brought down that time by number 11, Anthony Molina, and number 12, Mike Finch.
Probably any team, better than any team that I've seen at least this year, high school level, for every one of their backs bringing those knees up and drive it in through there, and they're not going to go down easy. 2 minutes, 47 seconds to go. Wishbone. Looked like fullback might have moved a little early. Dante Clay. Dante Clay still alive. Inside the 40, down to about the 39-yard line, and it'll be a first down for Rock Island.
Well, you know, that time Moline showed a 6-2. 6 men up front, still unable to stop him. A lot of tackles being made in the backfield right now by Moline. That was number 11, Anthony Molina, and number 44, Conrad Canary, on the stop, but not before several blows were delivered by Mr. Clay.
I'll tell you, and I think you said it perfectly there. He's delivering more than he's taking right now. Good running backs will do that. You know, it'd be real big. We got a timeout call right now by Rock Island. They had a little trouble getting that play in and getting what they wanted. They had the equipment timeout by Moline, which should have saved them some time. But they had to use a timeout now to get the play in, and Coach Boblett's coming out to talk to his troops. Moline's coming across here to talk to Coach Carther about what they want to do defensively.
Well, Coach Carther has got his hands full here with the Rock Island team that is really running aggressively. several different runners, but of course led by Clay. You got some guys, like you said, Coach, with really running hard with the knees up and delivering some blows. He's got to figure out a way to stop that run.
Well, and I'll tell you what, having been on the sideline and seen kids run like that, I don't know if there's an answer. I mean, gosh, they've got enough guys up there. Part of the problem right now, as I see it, is the last 3 or 4 plays I've been trying to focus on that line play a little bit, and Rock Island's line is getting off the ball, and not only the back's running hard, but you're trying to tackle a guy with somebody on you. They're picking up that 6-man front pretty well. Up front again, they got Gadiant and Gray at the ends. They got Stout and Jacobs at the tackles, Brandmeier and Griffin at the guards, and David Smith is the center. And I guess you got to compliment, I should, for sure, Jim O'Mealy at quarterback has done a nice job of getting the ball to the right guy.
Done an excellent job. Great play for the sophomore.
Hand back now. Look out. Oh, my,
he's going to go.
Alonzo Wise. Alonzo Wise for Rock Island.
Boy, great blocking that time by the right side of the line, led by Jason Puentes, Justin Leon. They really opened up a big hole over there, and I think Willie Garcia got in there and delivered a nice blow too.
Well, a couple things you got to think about along the way is that was kind of a trap, a 2-man trap. Washington Redskins counter Trey, if you want to call it that. Pulled the guard and the tackle, which have been in Brandmeier and Stout. If they're starting, low snap. Good hold that time by Dante Clay, and the kick by Seib is good. And with 2 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the second quarter, it now stands 28-14 in favor of the Rock Island Rocks.
I should correct myself. We gave credit to the wrong guys. Right guard, Brett Griffin. Right tackle, T.J. Jacobs, and right end, Seneca Graham were the ones opening a hole on that right side.
Well, what happens on that play, Doug, is those guys probably caved down, blocked down, and they brought Brandmeier, number 62, and Stout, and led up off tackle. And that's a great play because you get misdirection with the fullback, sealing back on the left-hand side, and off you go.
Well, that 3 plays, 60 yards, capped off by a 39-yard touchdown run by Wise.
Well, if you're Rock Island, that's kind of a good news, bad news situation, because by using only that much time, now Moline has 2 minutes and 23 seconds to go to get back on the board again.
Well, I don't think they want to give away that touchdown, though. Do you, Coach?
My, oh, my. No, you'd rather do it by a turnover or something like that. Well, kicking off now, Adam Seib is going to kick off, number 11, linebacker, kicker for the Rocks. Line drive kick. Picked up deep
at the 20 by number 10, Todd
30.
Anderson.
I think it's number 30 that
number
time.
30?
I think so. And I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
I believe it was number 30. That's Josh Lofgren. Josh picked it up on the 20, went about 8 yards. We're going to start on about the 28-yard line.
Okay, well, here we go. Who kicked off to start the game, Doug?
Rock Island.
No.
Moline.
Yes. I knew you'd get it in 2 guesses or less. I can name that team in 2 guesses or less.
All right.
So the key is now, obviously, for Moline to score here, and they'll get the kickoff to start for the second half.
Rock Island.
Oh, the ball is loose. The ball is on the ground. Wallard on the carry, out to about the 32-yard line. The officials are in the middle of this. The ball is loose at least twice in there. The officials are in the middle of it.
Rock Island's pointing their way.
Oh, my. Nobody's breathing real hard now on this side of the
Island
field.
ball.
We don't know. None of the officials have signaled anything yet. The striped shirts have not signaled, and now they have. Rock Island recovers at the 32-yard line.
So recovered that time by number 52, Willie Garcia. I'll tell you what, that's another name we've been calling between on that defensive side. Between Garcia and number 56, Art Jackson, they're giving Moline fits.
Oh, man. I'll tell you, there's a big hit there to pop that ball loose. Waller came through that time. Looked like he was going to gain some yardage on that play, and, man, all of a sudden that ball exploded out of there. Moline uses a timeout, try to get things organized here, because now you don't want to be down 35-14 at halftime, and they're in jeopardy of that happening. Well, for the Maroon fans, it got real quiet over here on this side. They're hoping for something real good to happen, but I'm going to tell you one thing, and I think, again, we go back to what Coach Boblett said early. He said in the ball games they've played, if they didn't fumble it or get penalized a bunch of times, teams couldn't stop them. And in this ball game, they have not done that. They have not done that. The ball, They've held on to the ball. They've run hard. They've blocked well. They've come off the ball when they're supposed to.
In fact, this has been a pretty clean game overall. We've had a 5-yard motion penalty against Moline, and we've had a 15-yard face mask against Rock Island.
That's right.
So pretty clean game, and Moline's trying to up here. They need to make a big stop here.
On the 32-yard line. Out of the huddle come the Rocks.
Everybody's within 8 yards of the ball.
Fullback with the ball, looks like. Oh, boy. You wish that the quarterback could ever just take that ball back and keep it. Fullback that time drove up in there real hard. Jarvis Holiday. Now the clock says 1 minute 34 seconds to go in the first half. Second and about 5.
Brought down that last play by Anthony Molina.
Double wing this time. Same formation Moline ran. Dante Clay in motion. Sweep to the near side. Dante Clay heading for the boundary. Dante Clay out of bounds. Ball looks like they're going to mark it about the 25-yard line.
Had nice penetration that time by number 40, Tom Wallard, who forced Clay outside wide. We're 3rd and 3 here,
Jim. 3rd
Jim.
and 3. The ball's at the 25-yard line. 1 minute 19 seconds to go. And if my calculations are right here, Rock Island's got 2 timeouts.
I'll tell you what, if my calculations are right, it's about time for a Rock Island pass.
And here we go.
We've got everybody sneaking up front.
Oh, wing to the far side. Fullback, second man through Dante Clay. Good hard run, nice play in the secondary, but he gets that. Oh, my, look at this. He was stopped cold at the 20-yard line. 3 Moline tacklers there, drives forward to about the 16.
He got underneath Anthony Molina, who put a hit on him, or he put a hit on Anthony, one or the other, and then just took Anthony about another 5 yards.
Boy, Doug, Rock Island's did a great job getting in and out of the huddle. By the time they moved the chains, they had that play called, and they're coming to the line. 1st and 10. The ball is at the 18-yard line. Clay in motion.
Boy, look like you had 2 guys in motion. Here's the pass I was talking about.
Oh,
it's intercepted!
Oh, here we go!
That's number 9!
Oh, my gosh! Andy Malcolm!
He's going to go away!
This game's going to get turned around.
Touchdown, Moline! Oh, my! What? I called the pass. He threw it the wrong guy.
I'm glad you're not coaching my team. Woo! What a play!
Wow!
How about that, Moline fan?
Andy Malcolm intercepted that ball at about the 20-yard line, ran 80 yards for a touchdown for Moline. What a turnaround.
Well, I'll tell you what. Rock Island goes to the pass after they've been running the ball consistently.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, at one time, Moline had 8 guys within 3, or 11 guys rather within about 4 yards of the ball. But that time they were back a little bit.
Yep. Well, the pass was not a bad call, but you don't want to throw it to somebody besides the other team. Well, Waller's going to come out now, and we're back to what we talked about earlier. 44 seconds to go. Wallard on the kick. Oh, look out. Looks close. It is good. And with 44 seconds to go, Rock Island leads 28-21, and what a big turnaround. That's a 14-point turnaround right there.
And we were looking at the possibility of being 35-14 the end of half. But boy, you get that interception, and it's 28-21, and like you said, Moline's going to receive the ball to start the second half. If they can hold Rock Island here, they've got a chance.
That fateful play, and we'll come back and take a look at that over and over again. But O'Melia's initial target, I think he expected, I think it might have been Gray, number 81, to pop clean. As he came out and set up to throw, Gray was covered. And then he had to go to his second receiver. Had plenty of time, but man alive.
His second receiver,
Malcolm just stepped right underneath that pass. And he went, I've got to take a look at that, but I think he might have gone about 90 yards on that interception, because they were at the 15-yard line, I think, if I'm not mistaken, when he snapped the ball.
The second receiver was Seneca Gray, and he was open.
Yep.
Just got missed on the pass, and
it's a hard pass. A guy coming across the field is a hard receiver to hit, especially when you only throw the ball 2 times and a half or 1 time and a half. And it's been a long time since he's thrown balls in that pregame warm-up. So here we go in Moline.
What a big play for Andy Malcolm.
Kick off. What a huge play. Near the end of the quarter, onside kick by Moline.
Oh, my.
Oh, that ball's still loose. Moline's in the middle of this. Let's take a look.
Well,
Officials are in a hurry.
You got to wonder if they did that on purpose or not.
Moline ball. Football. Oh, my God. There's life Enough over here on the Moline side. They are alive again.
Could you tell who recovered that ball?
We haven't figured out who recovered that ball yet, but it was a huge play. And
I believe it might have been number 80, Colin Cave. It might have been Colin Cave on the recovery. Well, boy, I can't believe that was a planned onside kick. I got to believe he hit that ball maybe a little too high.
Well, I kind of watched him as he approached the ball, and he was trying to guide that thing over here.
Wow.
So I'm thinking it might have been. I'll disagree with you, but who knows who's right until we talk to Coach after the ball game, maybe. But I'll tell you one thing now. Moline has used a timeout with 35.7 seconds, and they're not so sure they want to get stuck here at being down 7. They used their timeout, and that should be their last timeout. But
well, you got to believe right now that they're pumped up, and boy, a quick score on a pass from Molina would really change this game around.
Well, I'll tell you what, old momentum, that Mo, it was over there with all that red and the white and the gold.
That's
and
right.
It just jumped clear across this field here in about the last 30 seconds. And right now, going into the half, if Moline, whether they score or not, Moline can take that momentum into that halftime and look out in the second half. It's anybody's ball game now.
Boy, I tell you, this is just exactly what it was billed to be. This is the game that could determine the Western Big Six champion, and both teams are playing like champions right now.
Either one of these two teams could win the championship and represent this conference big time.
Boy, what a play by Andy Malcolm. You know, he's a 5'10 senior. That's a play he'll remember for a long time.
Well, here comes Moline out of the huddle, tight end to the near side here. 2 wide outs to the far side. Pass. Malcolm, receiver on the out. Incomplete. One of those 5-yard outs that always made me a little bit nervous when I was coaching.
Covered that time by number 23, John Holland. Coach, you didn't throw the ball, did you?
No, in pregame. I remember one time there, I'm sure Jeff Skillett was our quarterback, and I had a tendency to always go out and, you know, after we threw some, I'd say, oh, you know, are you loose? You ready to go? So he did this for like 2.5 years for us, I think. Finally, his senior year, one time he came out and he says, Coach, he said, you know, it really doesn't make any difference because it's going to be the second half before I throw one anyway. so I'm ready to go anytime we come on the field. So
and I'm only going to throw 2 then.
That's probably just 2 then. Well, always try to use the weapons you have, and I would guess right now Coach Boblet was wishing he'd thrown 1 less pass this half.
I think you're right.
But who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, there's that talk about shooting yourself in the foot. You might have got yourself up around the knee, I think, on that one.
That's the old Woody Hayes theory that 3 things can happen on a pass and 2 of them are bad.
That's right. That's right.
And with the running tack that Rock Island's got, you got to believe they're going to put it and keep it on the ground in the second half.
I would think so. 29 seconds to go now. 2nd down and 10.
Rock Island right now is thinking about prevent.
Molina, down the middle.
Oh! Shooting that time.
Koenig was the intended receiver. They had Malcolm going deep near the boundary. Incomplete.
Well, you know, he had time, and given a little more time, I don't know how strong his arm is. It looks pretty strong. He had Malcolm streaking down the side, and Malcolm might have gotten open.
Yeah, he was going to. You don't know exactly whether the Moline, or excuse me, Rock Island was in zone coverage back there, so whether the young man broke back when he saw the ball thrown or not. But you're right. Malcolm was going one way, and defender was going the other way right at the end of that play.
Right. Well, I think if I'm Moline now, I'm 3rd down and 10. I want to put that ball on the ground and run this thing out.
The scary part is, like you say, is that if they don't get the first down, they're liable to have to punt this thing again.
That's right.
Going with a wide out, the far side of the field. Number 30 goes out there. That's Lofgren. 2 tight ends. Moline, screen. Watch screen here. Malcolm. Nice break. Good cut. Malcolm stayed alive. Inside the 40-yard line, down to about the 39. We got an injured player. Moline's got a player down. And they're right in front of the bench there, so I didn't have a real good look at what happened. But I'm guessing that maybe that Malcolm might have been the injured player there.
Adam Steeb on the tackle that time, but nice play by Malcolm. He stepped
now Malcolm's
through.
up, so it's not him. So
Malcolm stepped through a tackle at about the 45-yard line in order to pick up, or about the 50-yard line actually, in order to pick up that yardage for the
Well, the
first
officials are going to use this time to measure for the first down while the trainers are attending to the injured player from Moline. We're not going to speculate on the injury. We already took a guess at who it was. I was wrong on that one already, so we're not even going to guess anymore.
Short.
Okay. That's going to be 4th down in just a little bit with 14.2 seconds to go in the first half. 68 looks like for Moline. That's Steve Shelton. Real good offensive guard, probably in that screen pass scheme. He was one of the lead blockers for Malcolm as he came out there to catch that pass. Looked like somebody might have rolled up on the back of his leg. It kind of looks like the injury we have here. But he's being helped back to the bench. Trainers are taking a look at him. Moline is quickly out of the huddle. 4th and about an inch. The officials will start the clock here as soon as the chains are set. 4th and less than 1.
Here we go. Rock Island with 8 guys up front. Quarterback sneak, first down.
It's going to be a first down for Moline. Now they're going to have to quickly get that clock stopped because we're down to 9.4. Moline without a timeout. He might just ground us, which you're allowed to do.
Spike the ball.
Which you're allowed to do in the high school level.
There it is.
There had to be a penalty there somewhere. We had a lineman going down at the same time, but anyway, there's no flag.
No flags.
6.8 seconds to go. 2nd and 10. The ball is at the Rock Island 38-yard line with Rock Island leading 28-21.
Well, I'll tell you what, nothing timid by Coach Dan McGuire in this situation. This entire series, he's been looking to score again.
Yes, he has. Well, he's got that, like you said, we talked about momentum. Man.
He could have taken it in the locker room and everybody had been happy, but he's been out there, he's been trying to score, and I'm betting we're going to look at another pass here, last play of the half.
Now, first time we've seen that, split in this side, wide receiver to the right. Oh, down the seam. Down the seam. Oh, look, he fell down. Conrad Canary, as time gets down to 1.3 seconds. It's another first down. It's another first down.
Boy, I'll tell you what,
this is going to get crazy here if he can spike this ball real quick.
There it is.
No time on the clock.
No time. Oh, boy, the Moline coach is very unhappy with that.
No time on the clock.
Moline coach is very unhappy with that time.
Well, we're at halftime right now here. That last play, the spike by Molina, used up 1.3 seconds, and there's nobody going to accuse the Moline timer of not being fair.
Boy, that's for sure. I'll tell you what, we went through that pass play with 6.3 seconds to go. Dropped back and threw the ball about 15 yards. And by the time the catch was made and the down was there, we still had 1.3 seconds left to go.
Well, the last 1.3 went fast, we know that. But again, the referee signaled the ball ready for play, and it was long before the ball was snapped.
Right.
So, I mean, I think probably there was a 1.3 that ran off there. But I will say this, getting away from that call, which has nothing really to do with the ball game we have at hand. What a wonderful first half of football.
Well, incredible. And here we are at the end of the half, 28-21. Moline going in and going to receive the ball at the end, at the beginning of the second half. We got ourselves a great Western Big Six ball game.
Well, why don't we take a break? I don't know. We need some time for R&R here. We'll get that taken care of. We'll be back right before the start of the second half, and we'll have some comments on what we thought about the first half and what we think is going to happen in the second half. So we'll be back in just a minute.
Here at Browning Field, and an exciting Western Big Six ball game between Moline and Rock Island. It's 28-21. Coach, what'd you think about this half?
Ooh, wow.
First half.
Well, I'll tell you what. I went over, found the nurse, got my blood pressure checked, and it turned out okay, so I can go ahead with the second half now. Unbelievable first half. I was just checking with the reporters up there, and they've got Dante Clay for about 140 yards in the first half. Wise has got 40-some, and Holiday is in that same area. So explosive offense. One turnover, huge turnover. But a great half offensively overall for Rock Island. Moline, they hung in. They played like champions. I've got to give them credit for that. It had been pretty easy to fold the tents there, especially when you're down here at the 15-yard line going in again. We're looking at a 35-14 ball game, and now we've got ourselves a 28-21 ball game. So.
Well, a great play by Andy Malcolm, number 9, taking that ball 80-90 yards for the touchdown on the interception.
One of us said it would be a good time for a pass. Do you remember back? Can we replay that part of the tape where one of us said that?
I believe that was me. I believe I just...
And it might not have been a bad time for a pass, just not to their team.
Yeah, that's right. They threw it to the wrong guy.
Well, I'll tell you what, though.
But I'm sure he's looking for the element of surprise. He's ran the ball. He's looking for one pass and maybe a touchdown situation.
Well, of all the years I spent on the sidelines and those kinds of things, just about the time that you and I and all 2,000, 3,000 people in this stadium knew that play was not a good play, Coach knew that wasn't a good play, too. But unfortunately, none of us knew it before the ball was snapped. So,
that's right.
So you go and you live with that. And right now, Rock Island's going to have to play defense first. Moline comes out with momentum here to start the second half, only down by 7 points. Before Rock Island touches it again, we could have ourselves a tie ball game.
Well, great first half. Looking forward to a great second half. I want to take this time right now to thank Greg Quinones. He's been providing us with the stats in this game and done an excellent job.
He came here tonight with a multi-purpose. He's here with a He was, first of all, going to hold the umbrella so Jess didn't get drowned if it was raining. And we have he's moved up the ladder. He'll be doing the broadcasting by next week, I think.
That's right.
Yeah, I think.
Well, he did a great job with the stats, and that's really good.
Yeah, we appreciate that, and it helps us tremendously. So thank you. Well, both coaches now are talking, giving those last-minute instructions to their teams. Again, obviously, watching that first half, both teams had to make some kinds of adjustments defensively. Offensively, I think you could say, okay, you offensive units, just go sit over there and relax a while. Now, defense, come here. We got to talk.
Well, it's a big change. Well, I'd probably tell the fans the sophomore game was won by Rock Island. I believe it was 27-zip.
Yeah, 27-6, I think.
27-6 by Rock Island.
Moline scored towards the end there.
I was really impressed by number 75 for Moline, the right tackle, Eric White. He's 6'5", 265 pounds, and you got to believe that's a kid that's going to be playing varsity someday.
Yeah, we'll just have to keep following him as time goes, and we'll just watch it, and I think he just done good.
Eric White, a name to remember.
Okay, Eric White. Okay. Back to action. Well, Rock Island, as we mentioned several times, even before the first half ended, we knew they were going to be kicking off. And here we go.
All right. Well, I'm going to bet that this kick is going to go to about the 30-yard line. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to probably be on the ground, going to go rolling, and we're going to have some excitement right off the bat. There we go, and we're back to action. Oh, he pulled us off again. Up the middle.
At the 10-yard line and up
nice
to the 25.
There.
That's number 30 for Moline. That's Josh Lofgren. Picked the ball up at about the 10 on the fly, ran it out to the
That looks like right at the
25-yard line.
Well, 1st and 10. Here we go. Second half action, the Western Big Six game of the week. And by golly, our producer, director, owner knows what he's doing when he picks these games, doesn't he?
Well, I tell you, couldn't pick a better game than this one.
Well, here we go. Moline with the ball. Power wing this side, split in this side. Fullback up the middle on the carry. Wallert, number 40, on the carry inside.
Brought down by a host of Rock Island tacklers.
I think one thing you've got to do, and now if you're Moline, is just keep Dante Clay and that offensive unit off the field. I think if they can, again, like Rock Island did to start the ball game, 14 plays and tie the ball game up, anything could happen. But they definitely don't want to go 3 and out here, or maybe a turnover or something like that. 2 wide receivers to this side. Power of the formation is this way also. Quarterback keeper.
Big split on the left side.
No, nice play. A good hard run. A good tackle there. Anthony Molina on the quarterback sweep.
Brought down that time by number 22, Mike Smith, and number 23, Josh Holland. But, boy, they had a big hole opened up just by the line play. That hole was there to begin with.
Well, they did that to start with, and then they led Conrad Canary, number 44, and Tom Waller, number 40, in ahead of him, and that becomes a pretty big play, and we may see that one more often here.
I believe Coach saw something there, and Rock Island now up with 7 guys up on the line of scrimmage.
Long count by Molina. Quarterback trap inside. Quarterback trap, Molina on the carry. Nice gain, about 4 yards.
Brought down by number 78, and number 78 is Jason Russler.
The 56, Matt Moyer, got up limping a little bit that time.
All right,
check here pretty soon to see if 68 Steve Shelton is back in that lineup. He had that knee injury right there. Looks like he's in there at right guard. So
Dave Cunning's out there split wide. You got to wonder if they're going to run that slant pass again.
Motion in the backfield. Option.
Pitch.
Oh, look out. Oh, look out. There's a break for Moline. Aaron Arms. Arms going to go all the way for Moline.
Touchdown, Moline.
Aaron Arms, a 5'9", 165-pound junior, one of the many backs that Moline has used. He could go all the way as the Moline fans are alive again. They're awake. They're alive.
I think we had a visit by ESPN.
Oh, my.
I could swear that was Chris Berman, wasn't it?
What a play. Tom Waller to kick. The hold. The kick is up, and the kick is
tied.
Good. 9 minutes, 46 seconds to go in the third quarter. The score, Rock Island Rocks 28, and the Moline Maroons 28. We have a brand new ball game.
4 plays, 75 yards, capped off by a 56-yard run by number 24, Aaron Arms.
Man alive. Well, I'll tell you what, if you want to see a good football game, this is the one to come to. And hopefully there's a whole bunch of people watching this right now on television.
Well, you talked about momentum.
Man.
And there was a classic example of momentum and taking advantage. They had 7 men up on front on the line of scrimmage. He got through those first guys, and then he was gone.
Well, I'll tell you now, Rock Island needs to answer back. They've got the tools, obviously, to do that, but man, we were at 28-14 just a little while ago, looking at 35-14, and now we're at 28-28.
Boy, you got to believe that in about 5 or 6 minutes it's going to be 35-28. The way this game's been going.
Somebody. Well, we're taking a look now. The Rock Island Rocks again. They've got 3 men deep, but they're not nearly as deep as they used to be. The up men are looking maybe for the onside kick again, but I'm looking for that ball to be on the ground. Oh, nice line drive kick this time. The man in the middle has got it.
Number 22, Mike Smith.
He's got round. Mike Smith back to the 42-yard line.
Brought down that time by number 72 for Moline. 72 is Adam Kettler.
Man alive. If you're watching this on TV Tuesday night, call your neighbors, call your friends, get them in. There's a lot of football left to be played here. 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. And here come the Rocks.
Starting on the 41-yard line.
Wishbone formation. And we got a little
timeout Moline.
There. Oh, timeout Moline.
Timeout Moline.
Well, let's see. We're short a player, I believe.
And we got 10 players out there,
10 players
Coach.
for Moline, and they'll use their first timeout because of not having enough guys out there. I'll tell you what, 44 that time, Conrad Canary took a quick look around and said, we have enough trouble tackling these guys. We got 11 out here. Why are we trying to do it with 10?
Well, smart play by Conrad because, one missing guy like that, and they break a tackle and go to where he's supposed to be, and you're in real trouble.
Well, we'll take a look at this Rock Island offense again. You're going to have Gadient and Gray at the ends, Stout and Griffin at the it's got Stout and Jacobs, that's easy for me to say, at tackles, Brandmeier and Griffin at the guards, and Smith at center.
Here we go.
Fullback.
Up the middle.
Fullbacks through running.
First
46.
down, Rock Island.
Stanley Golden on the carry that time, a 5'11", 190-pound junior. First down, huge yard.
Brought down by number 10, Todd Anderson, and I'm telling you, if Todd doesn't make the tackle, he's going to score 6.
Well, I tell you, these guys are just flat out scary. And you take Stanley Golden out of the ball game and bring in Jarvis Holiday, and you don't, do you lose anything? I don't think so.
Boy, great team quickness, great speed in the backfield, and they run hard.
Fullback this time with the ball again. More of a power run that time by Jarvis Holiday. Takes the ball across the 45-yard line, Moline's 45, down to about the 43. Sets up a second down and about 7.
He was brought down that time by number 68, Steve Shelton.
Out of the huddle again, 2 tight ends. Hasn't changed any during the course of the ball game.
I bet they're going to run.
Second man through this time, number 25 on the carry. That's Alonzo Wise. with the carry, took the ball down to about the 41-yard line, just short of the 41-yard line, sets up a 3rd and 6.
Nice tackle that time by number 63, Scott Manecki. He's a 6'1 sophomore, 205 pounds. Nice play by the sophomore Manecki.
Did a good job up inside at nose guard there, and he's working against David Smith for Rock Island. Wings formation. Dante Clay is the wingback.
7 men on the line of scrimmage. Linebacker sneaking up.
Dante Clay with the ball, off tackle. Clay makes one cut and is inside the 35-yard line.
Could be first down.
I think he fell across the 35. That's where they're going to mark it, and that should be enough for the first down, and it is.
Brought down that time by number 11, Anthony Molina. Well, I tell you, he is a great athlete, Anthony Molina. Does a great job both ways. Really a hard-nosed ball player for Moline.
I've been impressed with Clay's patience as a running back. He doesn't do anything crazy. He doesn't try to take plays outside. He stays in the scheme of things. Everything's looking good here. 2 tight ends, tight wing. Oh, the fullback with the ball. Good faking. I'm going to give Jim O'Mealia a lot of credit there because I have any idea who had the ball. He gave the ball to Jarvis Holiday. He faked the ball to Alonzo Wise, and I still thought he had the ball going off tackle.
Brought down that time by number 88, Dave Koenig is a 6'2", 190-pound senior. I'll tell you right now, Moline's getting 7 and 8 guys up within 2 yards of the ball.
Well, and they're not ripping off those big chunks of yardage, but if they pop that line of scrimmage, look out.
There they go, the blitz.
Alonzo Wise going wide, breaks one tackle, jumps over 2 more guys, goes out of bounds. Looks like he's out of bounds at about the 25-yard line, looks like. They're going to mark it right about the 25. Makes it a 3rd down and 1 situation for the Rock Island Rocks.
Knocked out of bounds that time by number 9, Andy Malcolm.
Man, so many weapons, Doug. Just so many weapons. You got fullback power and speed inside. Dante Clay, if he touches it, he scares you to death. Alonzo Wise scares you to death.
Oh, they run so hard. They run so hard. And Moline is putting 7, 8, 9 guys up within a couple yards of the line of scrimmage, and it's still hard to stop.
Wishbone, 3rd and 1. Fullback inside, got room to run. Going to be a first down. Down to about the 20-yard line, looks like that time. Big hard run in there by Jarvis Holiday.
Number 76, Kyle Piper on the tackle. But we got a first down, Rock Island.
Well, here come the Rocks again. Ball's down to the 25-yard line, 21-yard line. First down.
What a great ball control offense.
Yeah, the ball handling's been very good. Of course, the exchange from Smith to O'Mealia has been good. O'Mealia's done a great job of running this offense. Wing T, Dante Clay in motion. Fullback with the ball, but nowhere to go. But he stayed alive.
Oh, boy, I think we got a gain of about 3 yards here.
I think so, too, and there was nowhere to go. That time, the running back, number 46, that's Stanley Golden again.
And the 76, Kyle Piper again on the tackle.
Second down, though, and they held him up there and stopped that play with only a 1-yard gain. Holiday and Golden running in and out with plays. 51's coming out of the ball game. Brett Griffin is coming out. 65 comes in. That's Daryl Michael at guard. Wishbone. There he comes. Off tackle, Dante Clay. Dante Clay to the 10-yard line inside the 10. Nice
tackle by Conrad Canary that time. Conrad is a 5'11", senior, 175 pounds. Nice tackle.
Well, that time they brought Anthony Molina up. Moline did, up on the line of scrimmage almost as a defensive end in that 7-man or 9-man front, basically. And bang, he got kicked out, and Dante Clay went right inside.
Well, first down, Rock Island. We got 1st and 10 from about the 11-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to mark it just short of the 10, so Rock Island could get a first down at about the 1.5-yard line. 5 minutes, 44 seconds to go. We're looking at a 28-28 tie. Rock Island, Moline. Second man through. Look out. He's through to the 1. Oh, standing up. Alonzo Wise. Touchdown, Rock Island. Fake to the fullback, Jarvis Holiday. Great ball handling by Jim O'Mealia, and a great run off tackle by Alonzo Wise.
I'll tell you, he shook a tackle at about the line of scrimmage, and another one about 5 yards later, and almost backed in from there.
Doug, he got going sideways and backwards, and he still ran faster than anybody I've seen. And a lot faster than you and me in our prime, in our dreams.
That's right. He ran a lot faster than me ever.
Oh, there's your extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is by Seib is good, and with 5 minutes, 34 seconds to go, things have quieted down a little bit here on the Moline sideline as Rock Island now leads 35-28.
Well, I think we said in about 5 minutes about they're putting 7, 8, 9 guys up by the line of scrimmage, and still it's hard to stop them.
Side to kick off. Number 30 is back deep. That's Josh Lofgren's going to go to the up man. Whoa, Lofgren's back to the 5 and falls on it about the 7-yard line.
Josh Lofgren, it took a bad bounce. He got a hand on it to try to stop it, and then had no choice but to cover it up.
Well, I tell you, that's the advantage of the squib kick. There's no question about that. That ball looked like it wasn't going to go anywhere near Lofgren, and all of a sudden it's right on him.
Well, here we go. Moline's going to start in the hole at about the 5 or 6 yard line.
Man, we got 5 minutes, 28 seconds. What do you think the next score will be here? Before the quarter's over?
I would think right toward the end of the quarter it's going to be 35 all.
Here we go.
And we'll see what happens.
Moline going with 2 tight ends in the wishbone. Power off tackle. Malcolm with the ball.
Room to run.
Malcolm near first down, may have the first down outside the 15-yard line.
Brought down by that time by number 23, John Holland. John Holland on the tackle.
Just short. 2nd and 1. Andy Malcolm on the carry that time. Good hard run there, too. What a football game. Fullback inside, looks like, oh my.
Who else? Number 56 in the backfield. That's Art Jackson.
Woo.
We've called his name a lot on big plays, and another big play by Mr.
Huge
Jackson.
play there. Canary ended up with the ball, and I just couldn't figure out how he got that thing for a second there. But that hurt, because that's now Moline's backed up with a 3rd and about 4.
Well, Jackson did a great job for a lineman. He got in, got taken off his feet, and just continued to bear crawl in there and force the play. Nice play by Art Jackson.
And the ball's at the 15-yard line now. Moline's 15-yard line going to double wing. What?
3rd and 3.
Motion. Option. Fullback's got it.
First down.
Fullback's got it. Oh, nice run by Tom Waller for the first down. That time put Malcolm in motion, gave Rock Island a little outside veer look, and Tom Waller ended up with the football, cutback run for a first down.
Brought down that time by Justin Carter, the 6-foot junior from Rock Island. Nice tackle by Justin. Great run. Here we go. First down, Moline.
I'll tell you what, things are starting to heat up on this side a little bit. The Moline fans are starting to wake up a little bit again. They're getting pretty well fired up. I can hear them yelling. There they go. They're yelling a little bit. They're getting fired up. Yes. It got so quiet over here all of a sudden. Doug, I told you not to say that.
Nice run that time by number 23. It was Aaron Best trying to pick his way through and got his way through for a couple of yards, just as we got the Rock Island fans excited.
We're now at 3 minutes, 27 seconds.
Oh, the Moline fans excited.
Well, I think the Rock Island
Which side are we on here?
We're on the Moline side.
Okay, then we got the Moline fans excited.
We got. They're starting to get a little more. I can hear them. I can sense it. They're getting excited now. Okay, double wing motion.
We're going to blitz.
Oh, good looking play here. Nice run that time and nice pursuit. Look out. Oh, my. Number 30, Josh Lofgren that time on the carry.
Great block that time by Dave Koenig. Dave came out and really made that run possible.
One of our officials took a big hit there, but he popped right up. He's tough.
Well, those officials are tough lot.
I've noticed that.
They're a tough lot. They can take those hits and get right back on.
They are tough people.
And tomorrow he won't be able to walk.
3 minutes, 3 seconds to go in the third quarter. Moline faced with another third down situation.
Boy, great block that time by Koenig. Did a great job.
Wishbone. Long count. Power off tackle.
Up the middle.
Ooh, that's going to be cool. I don't know if he got that one.
I think he's going to be
short. He got out to about the 32-yard line, but I think he's about a yard short. Officials are going to take time to take a look here.
In on the tackle that time, number 30 for Rock Island. Must be number 40 for Rock Island, Steve Shields. I don't see a 30 on my program.
Right now they're going to measure for the first down here.
Well, I think it's about a yard short.
Okay, we'll take a good look at that. Your eyes have failed you very seldom.
We got first down.
First down.
Wow.
Man, well, I'll tell you, that second effort there got him across the 33-yard line. Looked like for a second there he's tackled somewhere near the 32. But
no, I thought he was really short.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a big play, though. Now with 2 minutes 52 seconds to go, and the clock is running. Moline on the move.
But 32 Scott Grace, by the way, with Scott Grace on that last tackle.
Double wing this time. Canary in motion. Molina with the ball. Option pitch. Nice play. Canary with the ball and out of bounds. Molina makes a big play, and that ball goes out of bounds near the 45-yard line.
Knocked out of bounds that time by Mike Smith, number 22, a 5'9" senior, but not after a first down for Moline.
I'll tell you, Anthony Molina that time did a great play. Boy, he was kind of hung out to dry there, nowhere to go. But Canary kept a great pitch relationship and got himself in a position to take that ball and pick up the first down.
Well, Moline's on the run. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and Moline is moving the ball.
I'll tell you, Rock Island's got a bunch of guys up there in the line of scrimmage now, too. Moline shifts to a double wing.
7 up on the line,
Motion.
Now backing off into a three-man
pass.
backfield.
Molina, look out. Oh, look out. Good choice. Intercepted pass, 52.
Number 52, Willie Garcia.
Dave Koenig makes the touchdown-saving tackle for Moline.
A 30-yard interception by Willie Garcia. Well, I'll tell you, Molina was in trouble, tried to throw that ball up there and really didn't have enough on it to get out.
Well, he was hit as he threw the ball. There was a receiver over there, 2 receivers wide open basically, underthrown and picked off. And now the big break in the passing game goes towards the Rocks. First and 10, the ball at the 18-yard line. Timeout, Moline.
Oh, here we are again with 10 players out on the field. Boy, that's 2 times now. These timeouts are going to come in later on and really could be crucial. But we've had twice in this game where Moline has called timeouts because they've had 10 men out playing defense.
And, you know, all the years that I spent doing this, it is so hard because when those possession things change so fast like that, momentum, you're upset, you're mad because things aren't going your way, and all of a sudden it's easy to get 10 out there, and I don't know why, but it happens.
Well, this game really could turn on the 2 turnovers. The first turnover, a touchdown run by Andy Malcolm from Moline, and now Willie Garcia with the big interception and went down 20 yards, or went down to about the 20 yard line. I don't know what this.
Check, test.
Yeah. Well, it was a big interception by Willie Garcia, and as I was saying, this game could really turn on the 2 interceptions, and Rock Island now with the momentum.
Wishbone by the Rock Island Rocks, 2 tight ends that they've had the whole ball game. That backfield's got some great runners, Holiday, Clay, and Wise. Second man through, Dante Clay. Oh, nice tackle in there. Dante Clay on the carry. I'm going to say this one more time, Doug. Jim O'Melia, when he comes out there, is coming out by himself every single time. Right now, Moline is committed. They're going to tackle Clay or Wise or Holiday, and there's been at least 5 times where, in that particular case, I think Molina went inside to make that play.
It was Molina made the play.
And Molina there is nobody out there with Jim O'Melia.
Boy, they are really blocking well off the line, and here we are with 7 men on the line of scrimmage and a blitzing linebacker.
Oh, off tackle number 25, Alonzo Wise, first down. Looks like the ball is going to be placed at about the 5-yard line, and the Rocks are on the move again.
Brought down that time by, I think it was 32, Nick Massa, and Anthony Molina on the tackle again.
1 minute, 32 seconds to go in the third quarter. Very, very impressed with both these teams. And I'll tell you, Rock Island's offense is, it's absolutely scary. It's great if you're their fans, but if you're rooting against them, they are scary. Second man through, Dante Clay. Dante Clay, a great block by Alonzo Wise. Bang!
He was hit that time by Ted Anderson, and really just took Anderson about a yard and a half with him for the touchdown.
Great explosiveness in that line. Alonzo Wise, I tell you, if you had a replay of that one, is that number 25 made a great block off tackle and opened that hole wide open. Great play. Score now becomes 41-28. 1 minute, 14 seconds to go. Good snap and a good hold. The kick is up. Sibe's kick is good on the hold of Dante Clay. And with 1:14 to go in the third quarter, the score is now Rock Island 42 and Moline 28.
You know, Jim, we may well look back on this game and say the big play of the game was made on the interception by Garcia. Moline was back on the run and looked like maybe they could bring it in and score again and tie this game up. And then the ill-fated pass that Garcia picked off and ran about 30 yards. All right, that was 3 plays, 18 yards, capped off by a 5-yard touchdown run by Clay. And there's a name that we've mentioned a lot today.
Well, he had 140 yards plus at halftime. You know, he had 240 some yards in the first 2 games, conference games, and he came into this game as the league's leading rusher. So I would say unless somebody's going wild somewhere, he's going to be the leading rusher again.
Dontea Clay having one of those games. Dante Clay.
All the way.
All the way. Well, it's his second touchdown today, isn't it?
Now, you're asking me that?
I'm asking that. Good answer.
We can check our stats, man. How many touchdowns has Clay had?
We got another deep kick.
One hop.
Lofgren.
Picked up by number 30. Lofgren. Oh, nice tackle.
Oh, nice tackle.
Woo, my. Rock Island's running that ball real well right now.
Well, Lofgren brought it out to about the 22, and that's as far as he goes.
Great. 3 touchdowns for Dante Clay all the way. Here we go. Moline must answer back now. 1 minute, 2 seconds to go in the third quarter, down 42-28. 2 wide outs, the far side of the field. Now they're going to go to trips. Now they're going trips.
Look at the pass.
Quick pass, dropped. Andy Malcolm, the intended receiver. Rock Island was close, though. I'd been surprised that play was going to be a big gainer, but you never know.
Rock Island now dropping back in at 4-4, and they've showed about 3 or 4 looks on defense. I wouldn't be surprised to see him stay with this and make Moline pick and choose its way down the field.
Well, right now, I think I'm sure you're right on that regard. Don't give up the big play. That's the big thing right now. 2 wide receivers the far side of the field. Now they're shifting Canary. Now there's trips. Trips to the far side or to the wide side of the field. Molina, quick slant. Ooh, linebacker was right there. Number 11.
Attended that time for Conrad Canary, number 44. Conrad made a great effort for it, but just couldn't come up with it.
Adam Seib that time, number 11, was right in the way of that quick pass or dump pass, we might call it, sending all 3 receivers right down the seam. It's hard to cover all those.
Well, Rock Island defense now toughening up. That's led by Marshall Pass, David Stewart, Nick Hartman, Jason Puentes, and Justin Leon up front. We'll give you the backfield guys later.
Trips far side. 1 back remaining is Waller, number 40. Quarterback draw. Molina on a nice cut. Molina up near a first down. Might be just a little bit short.
Tripped up that time by number 22, Mike Smith, but nice run by Molina.
They're going to get they're going to stop the clock for a measurement. Ooh, first down.
First down, Moline.
First down, Moline. They're not going to measure that one. It's a first down.
It is. And the way this game is going, Moline, if they're able to control the ball and get in for 6 here, they certainly have a chance to tie this game up, and then anything, who knows what will happen.
Well, I'll tell you what, Moline's going to have to keep making some good plays offensively, but the scary part is no matter how good you do on offense, you got to give the ball back to Rock Island. That's scary. I think I've mentioned that word several times, but that's the best I can come up with right now.
Well, we were saying we give the backfield guys, the linebackers, Seib, Garcia, Holland, and the backs guys, Smith, Carter, and Nimmers for Rock Island.
Oh, sweep, looking good. Best with the ball. Best on the run, breaks 1 tackle, goes out of bounds or near out of bounds at about the 40-yard line.
Chased down that time by number 23, John Holland. John is a 5'6", junior, 165 pounds.
Well, it looks like Rock Island's committed to the fact that Molina is not going to carry the ball in the option. They've had somebody fly in his face every play. And that's when you got a quarterback that's that good, you need to do that. Make somebody else beat you.
And a couple of times that's been our friend number 56, Art Jackson. And boy, he can shut the light out sometimes when he's coming at you.
Second down and 2. Moline with the ball at their own 42-yard line.
There it is.
Slant, nice pass.
Nice pass, nice catch. Number 24, Aaron Arms.
Arms, you remember, had that nice long touchdown run here a little while ago. He's got great speed. Ran him right down the seam between the defensive secondary people. Molina hit him with a great pass. The clock is starting to run with 6 seconds to go, and that'll be the last play of the third quarter. So, Doug, we are at the end of 3 quarters here at Browning Field with the score of the Rock Island Rocks 42, the Moline Maroons 28. We'll be back. Quick slant again. Wow, wide open there. Nice route by Dave Koenig. Just couldn't hold on.
Nobody made a great
Right now, the defensive secondary for Rock Island just seems to be frozen. When Molina stands up to throw that, they're running receivers in the seams playing straight zone coverage back there, and they're just not breaking back the ball right now.
You're right, and then they've dropped back and almost kind of a nickel coverage. They've got 5 backs in there. Just trying to stop the long run, but that may backfire if Moline scores, and Moline can run against this kind of defense.
You bet, and there's plenty of time. They need 2 scores, but we've seen them score quickly here. 2 wide receivers to this side. Molina back to pass. Quick out, nice throw, nice catch. Not much of a gain.
Brought down that time by number 41, Steve Shields. I'm sorry, who else? Dante Gray.
Wow.
On offense and defense. I thought they didn't have anybody going both ways. But all the way, Dante Gray with another great play.
Now, wait a minute. We got Dante Clay on offense.
Oh, you're right. And
who do we have on defense?
Well, we have Dante Clay, number 41, that made that play. All the way, Dante.
Dante Clay, okay. So they tricked us a little bit, huh? Option. Molina, nice cut upfield.
Play.
Another good run.
He's going to
Anthony Molina to the 20, out of bounds, about the 17-yard line.
Alonzo Wise with the touchdown-saving push out of bounds. Nice play by Anthony Molina.
Man, that time they ran option, and before the defensive end can make the play on him, he turned up the field. And anytime you get a good running back going back against the grain like that, cutting back to the opposite side of the field, that can be a huge play.
All right. Great play that time by Anthony Molina, and nobody runs that quarterback sneak better than Moline.
Okay, option again, looking, nice hit, but he stays alive. Molina stayed alive that time. Going to a lot of option stuff right now.
Well, the first hit that time was made by number 76, Nick Hartman. And just bounced Molina back, and finally was tackled about 2 yards later by John Holland.
Now, that's a play that a lot of your quarterbacks are going to gain a yard, or they're going to panic and go deeper in their own backfield, but Molina has that great athletic ability to take that thing for a 3-yard gain. Kept this drive alive. Shift now to double wing. Canary and Malcolm. Canary in motion. They're looking right in the seam. There's a pass out here to Canary. It looks like they were looking in the far corner of the end zone down there.
I think his number 1 receiver was Andy Malcolm, and it looked just a lot like the touchdown pass they had earlier in the first half. But this time, good coverage on Molina, so he checked off that time to number 44, Conrad Canary.
Well, Canary that time was in motion, and he kind of turned it up near the sideline over. That's a tough pass to throw and catch, though, because the guy, when he makes that turn, he's just never quite sure how much speed he's going to generate right off the bat. So 3rd down now and 7. The ball's at the 15-yard line.
All right, Malcolm out, and number 20, Rob Malcolm in.
Okay, fullback Conrad Canary up inside near the 10. It's going to be a 4th down situation now. See where they finally mark this thing. It's going to be 4th and maybe 3, long 2. 4th and 3.
Brought down that time by number 88, Justin Leon, and number 71, David Stevens.
We're at the 10-minute mark of the 4th quarter right now. Moline threatening to score. Rock Island leads 42-28. 2 backs with Malcolm and Wallert. Nowhere to go, and I don't think he got it. He was tackled at about the 9-yard line, but I don't think he came anywhere near the 1st down. The offensive unit for Rock Island's heading this way, and the officials are going to check it.
Guess who? Number 56, Art Jackson.
Officials are going to take a look. They're going to measure. They're going to measure that ball just inside the 10-yard line, and we're going to see. This is probably the biggest possible play here for Moline. If they could have somehow got across there and made that 1st down.
I tell you, besides the two big interceptions, I think the defensive player of the day today has been Art Jackson.
Missed it by a yard.
Art,
Rock Island holds with 9 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Rock Island takes over the ball at their own 10-yard line.
Jackson has been in on a lot of big plays on defense. Had the one sack, has really penetrated well in his defensive end position. Jackson really doing a nice job.
Now, Rock Island's an impressive football team. I know I've said that several times, but man alive. Wishbone out of the huddle again. Here come the Rocks.
Going to look to grind it out here.
Second man through. They're not going to grind it out. They get that ball to Clay out to about the 20-yard line. No, about 15-yard line, I guess. Giving him extra 5 yards there. I'll tell you what, and you're right. That's a play that you would ordinarily grind it out, but when you give it to Dante Clay, it could become a touchdown just like that. You don't have to get fancy. You do not have to get fancy here.
And he was brought down that time by none other than Anthony Molina. But I'll tell you what, when you've got guys like Molina and Malcolm leading the tackling, you know that it's going to be a long night.
Well, Doug, I'm going to ask you this now in your experience as an official. When do you think Rock Island will throw their next pass?
I think next week.
Fullback up inside. Jarvis Holiday gives that ball out to about the 20-yard line.
I would say the first pass will come about a week from now, toward the end of the first half.
Work on a little bit this week in practice, maybe. But I'll tell you, and we've talked several times, and I hope our fans understand that Jim O'Mealy had one bad throw. Obviously, he knew as soon as he let go of that ball, it was a bad read, but his ball handling, his getting the ball to the right guy, faking well, has been fantastic.
Really has been superb.
As far as eligibility is concerned, he's a seasoned veteran as far as quarterback is concerned. Wing this way. Second man through. Second man through this time would be Wise. And he picked up a couple yards.
And brought down that time by number 76. That's Nick Hartman. Hartman on the tackle.
Second down. That was about a 3-yard gain that time. Ball is out to the 23-yard line. Rock Island on the move again.
You're exactly right when you talk about Amelia. Rock Island's offense needs somebody who can, who has those kind of ball handling capabilities and is able to hide the ball well, and has done a great job.
Yes, he has. In a tough game situation here. Oh, counter. Look out.
That 8-man up close to the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle that time by number 34. Met by 34, Chris Baker.
Oh,
I'm sorry, 34, Matt Siemens.
Jim O'Mealy that time. Nice fake. Looked like they were going to run the Alonzo Wise on the reverse and end up giving the ball to Dante Clay.
Well, here we are, 3rd and 1.
That's a big play right now for Moline. If they can hold with 7 minutes, 32 seconds to go, if Moline could force Rock Island to punt, they're still in the ball game.
Big play.
Coming out of the huddle, Wishbone, 2 tight ends.
9 guys within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Second man, Dante Clay could go.
He's going to break it.
Dante Clay, he's at midfield.
The last guy with a chance pushes him out of bounds.
Dante Clay that time. 35-yard run, 35-yard run for Dante Clay, and that's got to push him up over 200 yards.
Boy, if you're Moline, you got to wonder just what you have to do. They put 7 guys up, 8 guys up. That time they had 8 guys within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. And they're able to just bust through that one. Great blocking by the offensive line for Rock Island. That time, Dan Stout, John Brandemeier, Dave Smith, and Heath Gadiant doing the job up front on the left side.
The thing I like about this team, and it's like some of the teams that we had at UT years ago, too, the backs block well for each other. Alonzo Wise has made some great blocks. Dante Clay has made some great blocks. Second man through. Here comes Alonzo Wise. Inside the 30, down to about the 27-yard line.
Brought down that time by number 32, Scott Grace. I'm sorry, number 32, Nick Massa, and number 10, Todd Anderson.
Well, that was a pickup of about 6 yards, so it's going to be a 2nd down and 4.
Boy, what do you do to stop this team?
I don't know. I'm kind of glad I'm retired, to tell you the truth.
We're going to win.
Well, we've got one positive Moline fan here.
She's positive we're going to stop them. We're not. She didn't tell us how.
Well, let's see what happens. Well, now we got 8 men on the line of scrimmage. Let's see what happens now.
Fullback inside near the 1st down, Jarvis Holiday.
Brought down by number 24, Aaron Arms.
Short of the 1st down, though. 3rd down and a little. 3rd 3rd and less than a yard. Ball is at the 23-yard line.
Well, for Moline, we've had 8 men on the line of scrimmage. We've had 8 men within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. We've had a 6-man front and blitzing linebackers, and just have had a difficult time stopping this Rock Island offense.
Well, and I think, too, the Rock Island backs do a good job. We used to tell the kids, BYOB, that's not bring your own bottle, it's be your own blocker. And they do a nice job of ramming in there with that extra guy, and they've broken tackles to run for touchdowns tonight. First down.
First down again for Rock Island, and looks like the offense is just unstoppable.
Well, and part of it now, too, it looks like Moline's defense is just worn out. I mean, a lot of these kids are playing both ways, and they've had a long night out there on this defensive side of the ball. So,
well, we're down to 5 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, and Rock Island's got the ball on the 18-yard line, first down.
Heading in again. Oh, man, that line's coming off the ball. Dante Clay with the ball. Clay's loose. Clay's touchdown. Off tackle, Dante Clay. Kick out block by Alonzo Wise. Double team by Gideon and Stout. Touchdown.
Now things are looking pretty bleak for Moline. We're down to 5 minutes and 23 seconds. We've got a 20-point lead and looking for the extra point right now. 48-28 Rock Island.
Man, and I'll tell you what, the scary part is without the interception, we're looking at a 60-something to 14 kind of a game here.
Or at least 56.
The kick is up. The kick is good. The score is 49-28 with 5 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the ball game. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the statistics of that drive in just a minute. Well, we're back here. Doug, how about that last drive?
Well, last drive was 9 plays, 91 yards, capped off by an 18-yard run by who else? Dante Clay.
Where'd he go?
All the way, Clay. He went all the way for his 4th touchdown of the game.
Josh Lofgren that time deep for Moline took the kick and slipped a little bit, and we're now in a situation where Moline has got lots of stuff to do and not a whole lot of time to do it.
Well, we're down at 5 minutes and 22 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter.
I'll tell
Anthony
you what,
Molina coming out.
This win here by Rock Island makes this conference race more and more exciting. If you talk about that ball game come here a little later on, excuse me, between Alleman and Moline,
that'll be a big game, that's
Another
for
big
sure.
game.
With one undefeated team, depending upon what happens with Alleman today, you got to believe they're going to win this game today. Oh, bounced right off his
intended
arm.
out there for Dave Koenig. Goes incomplete, makes a 2nd down and 10. The ball is on the Moline 12-yard line.
Well, you got to think if you're Rock Island now, just don't give up the big ball. Make them earn 10 yards at a time.
Well, Rock Island
have
next
this
week
game.
plays United Township at Rock Island, and I kind of hate to go to school on Monday and try to explain to those guys, like our young lady said over here a minute ago, she knows how to stop them. Well, she better call somebody and tell them how to do
Just
that.
call Jim Smith at UT and see.
How do you do
tell
that?
Tell him what to do.
Pro set for Moline. Molina back to pass. Pressure. Gets away from the pressure.
Number 44 open.
Conrad Canary, nice tackle. Nice play
Nice
there.
play.
They kept him in bounds, and the clock still runs.
First hit that time made by number 23, John Holland, and John looks like he's got a stinger on the elbow there.
He got hit pretty
On the
he made
shoulder,
a big
rather.
hit, but he's also the guy that's going to lay down here for just a minute. So it's probably, like you say, kind of a pinch nerve kind of a thing. Well, I'll tell you what, though, that was a pretty big play. Got Dante Clay coming back in the game defensively, and maybe that's the guy he spells occasionally, So,
Well, I tell you what, you're looking for a player of the game. You don't have to look any farther than all the way Dante Clay.
well, it was, and you hate to get into a game like this and talk about a one-man show, because it certainly was not a one-man show. But man, he did things that the great backs can do. I think maybe on one of the runs that he made, did he break clean and didn't get touched. Most of the time, he had to break a tackle or two to get himself down there, and that's That shows toughness.
All the runners for Rock Island today, but especially Dante Clay. But
now,
all the runners really running well, running with their knees high,
right.
lowering the shoulder and hitting guys when they need to, and squaring up and turning upfield.
Now, the problem that Coach Boblet, how you like to have this problem now? You got a guy like Ernest B., who is probably the premier runner on their team going into the season, is going to come off an ankle injury here, and maybe even next week against UT. He's kind of week to week. Next week or the week after, and where's he going to fit in? Alonzo Wise probably would be classified as originally as his sub. Alonzo Wise is good at any running back we've seen in the conference this year, with the exception of probably Dante Clay. Now you put those guys together, you got two fullbacks. We've already seen two really solid fullbacks for Rock Island tonight. This is
what a great problem to have.
Yeah,
what a great problem to have.
Coach's nightmare. Not for Coach Boblet, it's for all the other coaches they're playing. Well, I'll tell you this too, and Coach said it right. If they have not been penalized and they've only had the one turnover, so if they hang on the ball, they're not get beat. I don't see anybody that can beat them if they hang on the football.
On defense, Rock Island now in a 5-man front.
Oh, Malcolm breaks free. He might run.
Oh, nope.
Well, he's out near the 39-yard line. Nice run inside that time by Andy Malcolm.
Stopped by number 41. Number 41 is who else? Dante Clay.
Dante Clay.
And got help that time by number 52, Willie Garcia, number 53, Ben Swim.
One time, that time in particular, Moline Rock Island rather, is running a 5-man front, but they've gone to one linebacker. And they were trying to drop side back into the coverage a little bit. This time they're going to go with both linebackers. Regular package for them right now, the 5-2.
5-2, sneaking up, faking the blitz. They're going to step back and see what happens.
Pass, incomplete pass. Intended for Conrad Canary. Kind of stopped and then came in underneath the route by number 82 that time.
Against this Moline team, they've had a good game today.
No question about it. Had a good plan coming in. Good offensive plan. Motion, screen. Conrad Canary on the screen. Side, but oh my, did Rock Island run to that play well.
That time that was number 11.
The pizza guy's here.
Yep.
No, we've got pizza.
All right.
I think we're okay. We've got pizza. From where?
Reverse, number 23.
I hear Clint's Pizza, pretty darn good. Next week we'll be
broadcasting from Clint. All right. Well, if Moline's got a 1st and 10 play, now's the time to make a run.
4th and 11. 4th and 11. Let's see what happens here. Moline is in punt formation. Fake. Moline on the fake.
Front.
Not going to work. Well, maybe you want to practice your fake punt. Set it up for somebody later on in the year. Well, good. Starting backfield still in there. Fullback on the run this time. That's the second fullback for them. Number 46, Stanley Golden. 2nd and 9. Fullback again inside.
Tackle that time by number 72.
Stanley
for Moline.
Golden, kind of just running the fullback up the middle, keeping the clock running. 1 minute, 53 seconds to go and counting. Say, if people are going to pick up the paper in the morning and look at a 49-28 score and figure that Moline kind of got blown out, but that's far from what's actually happened here. A couple plays one way or the other. Moline's right in this thing. Oh, look out.
He's breaking tackles.
Look out. 25 on the carry that time as Alonzo Wise picks up the first down.
You are. All right.
Okay, quarterback O'Melia takes a knee that time with 57 seconds to go.
Early in the 3rd quarter by Willie Garcia, number 52, on the ill-advised pass from Molina.
The clock now gets down to 25 seconds, so Rock Island's out of Browning Field tonight. Western Big 6 game of the week. We find the Rock Island Rocks 49, Moline Maroons 28, and
There's 1980.